So 32nd chapter speaks about Dhruvas. So out of Shrutis, Suras are generated, and Shrutis and Suras make Jatis, and when those Jatis are rendered into different kinds of songs or Gitis, they are called Dhruvas. So 32nd chapter describes Dhruvas. As many as 111 Dhruvas are defined and illustrated, and various types of Dhruvas are also described in it. So Dhruva varnas talankara yateha paniolaya dhruvam anyonya sambandha yasmat tasmat dhruva smrita. A kind of etymological description, definition of Dhruva is given. Varna and Alankar have been defined. Yati, Pani and Lay. Tal and Lay. Varna and Alankar. When definitely they are interrelated, then that kind of song is Dhruva. So Dhruva's song is accompanied with Yati, Pani, Lay, Varna and Alankara. So Varnas are used, Arohi, Avrohi, etc. Alankaras, Yati, Pani and Laya, Tal and Lay, they are used. Then 7 kinds of Dhruvas. Dhruvas had 7 components. So ya richa pani ka gatha saptarupang evacha saptarupa pramanam hi tadhruvetyavi sangitam. So richa, rik, panika gatha, etc. They were ancient forms of songs being sung. So and including other categories, this forms the 7 kinds of Dhruvas. Then several components of Dhruvas are named here. Mukh Pratimukh, Vaihayasik, Sthita Pravat, Vajra Sandhi Samharan, Prastar Mashghat, Upvartan, Upghat Praveni, Chaturasra Susirshak, Sampishta, Antaharanam, and Mahajanika. But the definitions I couldn't find, so I cannot say. But they are angas of 5 types of Dhruvas. 5 types of Dhruvas are described otherwise. Praveshiki, Akshepiki, Antara, Nishkramiki. Praveshiki is when a character is entering, it is Praveshiki. Nishkramiki, when he is making exit, it is Nishkramiki. When a song is sung in between some sequence, it is Antara. And Sthita, to suggest a kind of steadiness, some emotion is continuously going on, so that is Sthita. And the names will come over here of these. And there are other types of Dhruvas also that are described over here as per the episodes or contents of the songs. So एक वस्तु ध्रुवा गया दिवस्तु परिगीतिका त्रिवस्तु मधुरकम गेयम चतुर्वस्तु चतुष्पदा. If एक वस्तु is there, then it is called Dhruva. So these 4 are also types of Dhruva. So Dhruva is also one type of Dhruva. So Dhruva is a generic term used for all types of songs, and one of the categories under that generic term Dhruva is also Dhruva. So Abhinav Gupta explains, Dhruveti samanya vyapdeshe sthitepi tala pramana gana gatat vyapdeshe naha. Dhruva is a samanya vyapdesh for all kinds of songs based on jatis. So when jatis are rendered into songs, it becomes Dhruva. But when it is ek vastu, that is also called Dhruva. Okay, ek vastu means ekeniva talena varnangena cha nirvarnam yatra tatra dhruvet ityeva sangya. When there is one tala, one varna and anga, and it is rendered throughout, you finish with it, then it is Dhruva. Yatra tvasam vratta pado yugmo jaiti nime dvabhyam tena parichinna giti ratreti kritva parigiti sangya. When there is asam vratta and yugmos is defined, it has combination of sam and asam. So asam vratta pad is there, and 2 vastus are there, then it is parigitika. यत्र तु त्रिभिः अपूर्वैर्वर्णाङ्गैः स्तुत्यङ्गानां निर्वाहे कृते तुर्यस्य भागस्य तन्मध्यादेव केनचित् निर्वहणं त्रिश्ररङ्गोचित परिक्रमण इव वादिखण्डत्वमेवेति खण्डनेति ध्रुवासु नियमाभावात् तन्मद्रक गीतवत् त्र्यङ्गत्वात् मद्रकम्. Madrakam has three vastus, and that means diverse number of talas are implied, three talas, okay, three types of talas, and triple structure is there. Stutis are recited, and in between that it reaches the state of nirvahan. So it is like making round on Trishtraranga because of that triple structure. So that is called Madrak. And Madrak is also a variety of Geet. And Vishama Vratvat Turye Pi Tale Anya Tala Varnanga Yoge Chatushpadeti Sangya. Then Chatushpad has Vishama Vratta and 4 types of talas, and other talas, varnas and angas are also combined. So these 4 types are generated. Then Praveshiki, Shirshika, Addita, Autashta, Sthita. These are various types of dhruvas, and how various angas of dhruvas are implied in them. This is described in these karikas, but I don't have the definitions of these praswar, mashghat, mahajanik, praveni, upaghat so far. So we'll proceed ahead. Ekakam tu vidaryeka te chobhe vivadha smritah षट परम त्रिवरम वापि विदार्य आवृत्त मुष्यते पदवर्ण समाप्तिस्तु विदारित्यभि संगीता. When Padvarna Samapti is there, they reach culmination, then it is Vidari. And when 2 Vidaris are there, it is Vivadha. And beyond 3 and less than Shat, then Vidari continues. So Padvarna Samapti is Vidari. So Vidari is a form of Dhruva song. And Abhinav Gupta defines Vidari Niveshyamana Shobhatishchayam Pushnati Tyashayana Dhruvadhyayana Tal Lakshanam Ah. The Sannivesh arrangement of Vidari makes the Dhruva songs beautiful. Therefore it is being defined here, and Padas and Varnas reaching a culmination is Vidari. So Avantar Vakyasya Samapto Sthai Varna Varnasya Apanyasena Nyasena Va Samaptir Vidari. The subsidiary sentences or other sentences which occur with a statement, so they are completed, and Sthai Varna is introduced. So with that, if the song reaches to a completion, then it is called Vidari. Okay. The Nirukti he gives Vidaranam Vidari Vibhashakhyena Bhavna Vritya iti Tadikaranta Nishi iti cha Rupa. Okay. With the Viupsarg and Dri Dhatu in Dharnarthak. So Vicheda is made there. The song stops there. For that reason it is called Vidari. It is Anvartha Sangya. So that Geet Khanda where Vidaran is done would be Vidari. Then 5 types of Dhruvas. Praveshiki tu Prathama, Dvitiya Kshepiki Mata, Prasadiki Tritiya, Chaturthi Chantaradhva, Nishkramiki Chavigya, Panchimi Vratta Karmani. So Praveshiki of the first type to be sung at the entry of the main character. Akshepiki, some situation is happening and the situation changes, so Akshep is made of the coming events. That is Akshepiki. Prasadiki is a pleasing one, working for a kind of release of emotions. And Antara between 2 situations, it goes on. Nishkramiki to be sung at the time of exit of the main character. So these 5 types of dhruvas are there. Yatsya dakshara sambandham tat sarvam pada sangitam. The syllables make padas, and those padas are nibaddham cha anibaddham cha. 2 types of padas are used. They may be nibaddha and anibaddha. So in dhruvas these padas and syllables are used. Then these dhruvas are also called jatis by upchara, because swaras and shrutis make jatis, and jatis are implied in dhruvas. So jate iti upcharat samanadhikaranyena ukta. Because of that samanadhikaranya, jatis are dhruvas, so jatis are also called dhruvas. Chandasu jati shabda prayogo vaktavya. The different meters that are implied for dhruva songs, for them also jati, the word jati is used. Tadanuyayitvat vritteshu jati shabda prayogo dhruva vede pyanugamat. So the various kinds of meters, they are implied with different dhruva songs. For them also the word jati is used. So dhruvasu jati vyavharo rasbhav krita bhedasya anvayat. So these jati shabda, the word jati is used for these dhruvas because of that, and they lead to rasa realization, various types of rasas. So therefore dhruvas are called jatis, and jatis are treated to be as dhruvas. Atalam cha satalam cha dviprakaram tad uchyate. So they can be sung without tal, and they can be accompanied with tal. Satalam cha dhruvartheshu nibaddham sarva sadhakam. If dhruva songs are sung with tal, then it leads to siddhi. It leads to all around success. So for different types of dhruvas, different meters are prescribed, and those meters then become those meters are then used for singing. So in chapters related to the text from 14th to 19th, where Vachik Abhinaya is described, especially in 14th and 15th chapters, the meters described and the prastaras of various meters, beginning from Gayatri, Anushtup, Trishtup, Jakti, and the various prastaras that are described there, they are for recitation, for pathya. And here the same meters, the same chandas result into various vrittas. Those vrittas are adapted for dhruva songs, so they are used for singing. So how different types of chandas would be adapted for different types of dhruva jatis, this is now described. So praveshiki and uddhata, these 5 types of dhruvas assume various categorizations further. So there can be uddhata type of dhruva. So praveshiki and uddhata, for them panktis trishtup sajagati tathati jagati puna shakvari cheti nirdishta uddhata nam che jataya. These meters if praveshiki is sung in uddhata way, then pankti trishtup jagati ati jagati shakvari, they should be adopted for singing these dhruvas. And sarvasam eva jatinam trividham vrattam uchyate guru prayam lagu prayam guru lag aksharam tatha. This is as per the prosody or chandas shastra. So 3 types of vrattas are used. All guru aksharas can be there, all syllables are guru, mostly guru syllables can be there, mostly lagu syllables can be there, and equal distribution of guru and lagu, that can also be there. Then what arrangement will be suitable for different types of dhruvas? What arrangement of Guru and Laghu would be suitable for different types of dhruvas? This also he prescribed. So Guru Praya Apakrishtasya, Laghu Praya Druta Tatha. These are also the varieties of dhruvas. So Apakrishta Dhruva, Guru Praya, it will have mostly Guru syllables, and Dhruta Dhruva will be having mostly Laghu syllables. Gurvakshara Laghu Praya Shesha Karya Dhruvas Tatha. The remaining Dhruvas can have equal adaptation of Guru and Laghu syllables. And Vrittan Yojak Kritani Syu Dukhe Yani Bhavantihi Tani Drutasu Yojyani. It should be Drutasu Laghu Yugma Kritani Tu. Oj is a technical term having a combination of some Visham. So Ojakrat, it is not Ojas, it is Oja. So Ojakrat, for Ojakrat Vrittas coming out of the arrangement of Oja, which are used for pathetic situations, delineating sorrow. So for such vrittas, they should be used for Dhruta Dhruvas having Laghu, having arrangement of Laghu syllables, and Laghu syllables mostly will be there in the Yugmas there. Yani Chalpa Kshanani Syu Alpa Chanda Kritani Tu Tani Sthitav Krishtasu Karyan Yakshepi Kishucha. Small Laghu type of chandas which have few words, few padas. So Alpa Chanda is a small type of meters having Alpa Aksharas, a small number of Aksharas. They should be utilized, used for Sthita is a form of Dhruva, Avakrishta, and Akshepiki. This is also a form of Dhruva. So for all these forms of Dhruva, Alpakshar Vrittas and having Vrittas small in structure, they should be used. Yan Nyoj Yugmat Chandansi Gyayan Yakshepiki Tatha Laghu Yugma Kritayasya Sthita Sakshepiki Bhavet. Oj has been referred to earlier. So arrangement of different types of padas in one meter. So they are used for Akshepiki, and Laghu Yugma having a short Laghu syllables, they are used for Akshepiki. So in this background, many Dhruvas are illustrated with their definitions. And so Ukta hai is a Vedic meter that has been defined in 14th chapter, and it has two syllables. The smallest one is one syllable meter. After that is Ukta having two syllables. So Gurur Gathan Shiko Yasyat Sarupadeshu Drashyate Shririti Khyata Nama Sa Kirtita Prathama Dhruva. The first Dhruva is called Shri, and in all the padas Guru Varna is used there. So like Devam, Sarvam, Isham, Vande. It makes four padas of Shri Vratta. This is one Dhruva, okay, having two syllables in each pada. So Devam. So the idea is, this is perhaps the smallest Dhruva song or smallest meter of a prastar of Ukta, which is called Shri, that is used for Dhruva. Shri Dhruva, you can call it. So what I understand, that the performance is going on, and Devam, 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 this is one pada. This gets continuously repeated. So it works as a background music. Sarvam, Sarvam in the same way. Isham in the same way, and Vande. So this becomes a kind of song, very smallest song, but it has 4 quarters, 2 syllable each. So beginning from such a smallest song, the Dhruva songs which have a larger number of syllables up to 26, they can be possible, but they are to be sung and not to be recited. They are to be sung by the singers who are sitting on the Vedi on the Kutapa. So next is 3 syllable, and the meter is called Madhya. Okay. So Madhya Lagunatha Vidyut, no sorry, the meter is called Vidyut Pada. So Madhya Lagunatha Vidyut Pada Pade Samam Vibhaktena. So 3 syllables are there in each Pada with Madhya Lagu. The middle one is Lagu. So the example is Shankara Shulabhrat. It is like Sragvini, but Sragvini has Rajbha, 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 Rajbha. 12 syllables in each pada. Here there are only 3 syllables in each pada. The structure is like Ragana, 1 Ragana in each quarter, that is the structure. Shankara. So Shankara would make 1 pada only. If 1 pada is repeated or not repeated, but Shankara, this 1 pada, this 1 word would make 1 quarter of the Dhruva song, that is with Vidyutpada. So we can just guess, we don't have example how actually this was sung. So maybe the tradition in some way has continued in the Drupad song, but in Drupad songs they follow raga, so that again makes a difference. So the musicians would always say that we are following Bharat Muni. It is their practice. So they may be singing Khayal, Chota Khayal, Bada Khayal, or all these things. So, and they would claim that it is exactly as per Bharata's system. But still I would be having my doubts, because who has studied the text, complete text? The person who claims to be an exponent of Kailash Chandra Brahaspati, the greatest epitome of Bharat Muni's Siddhantas. I tried him. So I have the text before him, and these are the 101 Dhruva songs. So let somebody come and try them. Okay. And let him convince me that he is not using raga, but he is using shrutis. Okay. Then I will agree, yes. This is the Dhruva. Immediately raga will come. They are singing Bhupali. Okay. They are also singing Shankara Stuti. The word may be almost the same. But ultimately some kind of difference would be there. But so we can say that tradition has continued, but there was a break in the living tradition of the performance. So that break occurred around 12th century. After that the system was replaced. The older system was being almost forgotten. So, but anyway, Shankara is 1 quarter, Shulabhrat 1 quarter, Patutvam, and here the Tu is not treated as Guru. Okay, Patu, Tvam, it will.
Patu Vams,
no, but it is printed there as it is. Vam is not there. Lok Krit is alright. Okay. Then Dhrati is also a 3 syllable, and it has a structure like Bhujanga Prayata, Yamata, Yagan is there. So Umesha Surendra Stavayu Karotu. So it is 1 quarter of Bhujanga Prayata making 4 quarters. That is the idea. So the smallest song would be 3 syllables in 1 pada. 2 syllables in 1 pada, then 3 syllables in a quarter. That way, from its smallest pada in a Dhruva song, you enlarge. as per requirements of the performance. That is possible. So Rajni has Sagana, and in one quarter one Sagana is there. So Laghuni, two Laghus and Guru, one Guru. That is Rajni Chanda. Okay. So example is obviously Virahe Madana Adhikam Dahati. Here Dahati, the Raswati will be treated as Guru. Okay. And Pratishtha has four letters, four syllables, and one Ragan and one Guru. That makes Pratishtha. And Supratishtha also has four syllables, and Bhagan and Guru. So I will now define Pratishtha and Supratishtha. So he says Dvitiyam Lahu Sarvatra Chaturnam Yatra Drishyate, in four syllables. When the second syllable is always Laghu, then it is Pratishtha. And Supratishtha is there when the first one and the last one is Guru, and the middle ones are Laghu. So Supratishtha Dvayena Tu. If two Gurus accompanying two Laghus in the middle, then it becomes Supratishtha. So Dhruvas are sung in Prakrit also, and they are in Sanskrit also. So both languages are being used. And we have seen that for Lasyangas also they are having songs, and a lady starts singing Sanskrit song in Lasyanga. So the persons sitting in Kutapa, they are singing, they are adopting both the languages Sanskrit and Prakrit for singing Dhruva songs. And Sosa Anto Anga Ai Vadi Vado Pupavahi. This is Pratishtha. And Edi Suye Usa Iya Ajja Imam Hansavahu. So you can translate them if you can translate them in Samaratta also, and somebody can try in other languages also. If the Supratishtha Dhruva, if you try to render it in Hindi, so language doesn't matter, the structure and the Jati Sangeet, that matters. So if somebody tries to render them in Jati Sangeet, which arises out of combination of Shrutis, language may be any language. So Ho Karjo Utsukita Puj Rahi Hansavadhu, you can say like that. So then Brahmari is also called Mattali, and it has Sagan and one Guru. It is also four syllabled. So Laghuni Prag Guruni Dve Yadipade Brahmari. So two Laghus are preceding two Gurus, then it is Brahmari. Or Sagan is followed by one Guru, that is Brahmari. One Sunday Adimatto One Hathi Parikhinno. One Khandon Par Ghume Matwala One Hasti. That would make four quarters. Okay. So in this way the structures go on enlarging. So Jaya and Vijaya, they are also four syllable meters, one Jagan and one Guru, and Tagan and one Guru. They are Jaya Vijaya. So Pratham cha Tritiyam cha Yasya Syat Chaturakshare Pade Lagakshare Nityam Sa Jayetyavi Sankita. First and third, they are Laghu, remaining are Guru in Chaturakshar Pad. Then it is Jaya. So example is Himaye Vadantare Am Gao Pavinna O. So now at the end of this chapter he defines the characteristics of these Dhruvas and their themes and the contents also, and they are suited to various situations and whatever episodes that are being performed. So what happens, I have not seen any study of the prakrit of these dhruvas, and maybe somebody might have done, but I am not aware, I have not seen. And they are these dhruvas, if there are 100 and some examples, and in other chapters many more examples are there. So they are compared, their comparison with dhruvas which are actually there in Sanskrit plays. So that also is an area of research. So because there are plays where dhruvas are used. So normally the concept was that the playwright doesn't give dhruvas. He is writing a kavya. It is not a stage script, and the actors are preparing their stage script, so they are re-editing it, and then dhruvas they are inserting their own dhruvas there in the script. So many of the playwrights have not given dhruva songs, but when their plays were performed, the performers would, and they have a ready-made set of dhruva songs to be sung. So Natya Shastra gives the ready-made set for various kinds of dhruvas. If a robust, forceful character is entered, then this dhruva would be continuously sing from behind, from the kutuba on the Vedi. So this will continue till he makes pradakshina on the stage. So this fills the gap. When he is walking, he is not uttering his dialogue, maybe he is making some angika, he is simply walking. So the dhruva song goes on, that creates an effect. In Viknorvashiyam, Kalidasa uses around 50 dhruvas, and it is not established whether Kalidasa really wrote those dhruvas. The language is different. Apabhransha type of language occurs there. Meters are entirely different. So, Piyam Virah Kilamiyavano, Aviralapah Jalavulanano, Kanane Bhamai Gaindavo. That is also a description of a Gajendra. Gajendra walking without his beloved. That is sung in when Pururava is enacting Viraha on the stage. Many such dhruvas are there, and similar dhruvas are illustrated here. So Rajshekhar is another dramatist who has given dhruvas in his plays. Some other dramatists have also given. Otherwise, there are hints that dhruva songs may be there, and the performers might have introduced their own dhruva songs in various situations because a character is entering. So the dramatist doesn't write his dhruva. The performers know what dhruva they will be singing when Rama is entering, and so there is a direction in Rajshekhara's play that Rama is entering and his Pravashiki dhruva is being sung. So dramatist has written that Pravashiki dhruva would be sung, and the performers know what dhruva they have. So they have a ready-made set of dhruvas. So Natya Shastra illustrates such dhruvas. So this is a kind of Natya Sangeet. In Marathi also they have Natya Sangeet, and a set of dhruvas based on jatis, and jatis created out of shrutis. This goes on. So this is not for music recital separately. It is for the performance of a play mostly. So that way it is Natya Sangeet. So then Vijaya, we have one Tagan and Guru. So Chaturnam Yatra Padanam Tritiyam Cha Bhavet Lagu. In 4-syllable Pada, third one is Lagu. Then that is Vijaya. So Marullavo Nachantavo Mehagame Sammattavo. Okay. In Sanskrit Chaya, the same Tagan and Guru may not come. Okay. Because Mayura Natyanto Tagan has gone. So in Sanskrit Chaya. If you translate it, Marul Lavo Ke Natya me He aa gayi Varsha Sakhi, then it is 4 Taganas in way. So we should not go for Sanskrit Chaya because the meter may be destroyed, may not be maintained. So this is Vijaya. But in any other language you can make such dhruvas. Even if you are doing a Sanskrit translation of a Hindi translation of any Sanskrit play, and if you want to have dhruva songs accompanied to it on the pattern of this, you may have dhruva songs like this. So then 5 syllable padas for various dhruvas, they are also there. So all gurus are there. And how the dhruvas are used for different kinds of situations, for creating different kinds of emotional effects, that he will describe later on. If all the padas are gurus in one quarter in a dhruva, then that dhruva have a certain kind of effect, emotional effect, and if all the padas are laghu in a quarter, that will have that may be useful for episodes of war and battle and duel, etc. This may be used for episodes of separation, virhanubhuti, etc. All the padas are guru. All the syllables in a pada are guru. So it is 2 maganas. No, 1 magana and 2 gurus are there. Then it is vidyut pranta. So pade pade tusyu sarve dirgha vrittesmin drada vidyut pranta. All the 5 syllables are dirgha, guru. Then it is vidyut pranta. So meha gacchanta, loam chadanta, toyam munchanta, sampatta meha. So it may be for rainy season. We can know the beauty of it only if we can know how it was sung. Okay. And how the Jati Shruti Sangeet is applied to it that way. Anybody can, otherwise anybody can sing it. It can be sung beautifully, and any classical raga you can apply to it, and it will have an effect because meter is good. And 1 quarter may not be very long. That is for a dhruva. But too long a quarter for a dhruva is not desired. A 2 syllable quarter, 3 syllable quarter, that may also work, because it has to the same small words in 1 quarter are being repeated. So the audience is understanding the situation if those words are repeated. So that will have a kind of sonorous effect, and it will make the power of the situation being performed in a more effective way being experienced. So okay, then Bhutal Tanvi is also a 5 syllable structure, and 1 bhagan and 2 gurus. So Adya Pare Dve Yatra Turasve Sakalu Namna. After 1 guru, 2 laghus, and then again 2 gurus. So this is Bhutal Tanvi. And the same, so, and the subjects, the subjects of these dhruvas are also prescribed later on. That elephant, Hansa, moon, clouds, these are described. So they become metaphors for the different characters who might be performing on the stage, who are there on the stage. So here also a kind of situation of separation between the 2 lovers, and it is being symbolized by moon and Tara. So Meha Niruddham Pekhiya Chandram Sovai Tara Assu Kilinna. So this is. So it is being sung, and maybe Rama is weeping when Sita is abducted, or maybe Pururava is having Virahanubhuti, etc. So these are the devices by the actors, and Bharat Muni being a theatre personality himself, so he included these. So Kamal Mukhi has one Nagan and one Laghu, one Guru. So this is also so. There are many more Dhruvas with 5 syllable in a quarter. So that also we can know in what way, what number of syllables in a quarter. Many of the Dhruvas, most of the Dhruvas have, a large number of Dhruvas have 5 syllable quarter, and maybe 2 syllable in a quarter. So many Dhruvas are not there. So this gives us a kind of picture of Dhruvas that were prevalent. So यदि च गुरु पद निधने भवति सा कमलमुखी. If one guru is there at the end of a quarter, then it is Kamalmukhi. And then this will have a different kind of effect, and there will be a melody, of course. So Pavan hato salil ghano vamai nahe ahiya samo. So in Sanskrit Chaya, the same meter comes only Brahmati Navasi ahita sama. There is Chando Bhang. Vamayana hai in Prakrit, the chand is with the last syllable Guru is there, and Brahmati Navasi it is not maintained. So the vinyas of Laghu Guru, which is there in Prakrit, and Prakrit language as such, which works for the Dhruva. Then Vagura is one Ragan and one Laghu Guru. So Prathmam cha Tritiyam cha Tvantam chaiva yada Guru Drishyate Pratipadam tu Sageya Vagura. If okay, it is understandable. The first and third and last, they are Guru, and the second one and third one are Laghu. So then it is a different kind of structure. So how it will work for the situation. So Meha Niruddho Nattha Jodna, Meha Niruddho Nattha Jodna ho, Nitya Nippa ho, Esa Chanda ho. So Megha Niruddha Nashta Chandani Nitya Nishprabha Chandra Rashmi hai. In Hindi you can say like this. Maybe in Sanskrit Chaya, again in third quarter, that structure of meter is not maintained. So it is Vagura Chanda. Then same, so many meters with 5 syllables, they are there. Okay, so one Jagan, one Laghu and one Guru. This is Shikha. So Ditiyam Naidanam Chaiva Chaturtham Cha Guru Yada Supratishtha Kate Pade. The varieties of Supratishtha are continuing. So the second and last and fourth, Ditiyam cha Naidanam chaiva. Yes, second and last, they are Guru, and first and second and third, they are Laghu. So that is Shikha. So Balah ehi Pagajji dehi Naham Samanta Parunna Amva. So this is again the description of clouds, and clouds are thundering, and they have filled the sky. This is just the statement, and it may be suggestive for any situation. So in this way, all these are the varieties of Supratishtha, then varieties of Gayatri, and Adya Punarante. Something missing is there. Gayatri de Guruni Chet, Gaya Tanumadhya, Gayatra Samutha. If Tanumadhya Chand is there, if in each Pada first two and last two are Guru. Then it is Tanu Madhya, first two and last two. So Vajjah Kudo Dhaujjar Soto Eso Girirao Bhumim Padadeepa. Okay. Giriraj is falling on the ground, attacked by the Vajra. Maybe Indra has attacked it by Vajra, and fountains are flowing from it. So it may be suggestive of a fall of a hero, maybe of a defeat in a battlefield of a hero. At that time, it may be sung like this. So again, Malini is there, but in fourth chapter also, in 15th chapter also, Malini Vratta has occurred, and it is different from the Malini as we know, Nanama Mayuteyam, Malini, etc. So it is Bhagan and Ragan. Okay. So Adyam Chaturth Mantyam Che Gurun Netani Yasyatu Gayatyadi Kate Krite Pade Geyasa Malini. So the first and fourth and last, they are Guru, and the variety of Gayatri it is. So Disati Punnavo Bhuvadisa Muhe Jodna Samagavo, etc. This can be the illustration of Malini. Then Makarak Shirsha also, that has occurred in 15th chapter, and Nagan and Yagan. Okay, so the name Makarak Shirsha itself makes 1 quarter of Makarak Shirsha Vratta. And Guru Yugma Mante Yadi Paramasya Iha Kathitasa Makarak Shirsha, 2 gurus at the end and in the beginning 4 laghus. So it has a different rhythmic pattern, you can see. Iha Sisirammi, Madajanammi, Pamadavanammi, Vilasati Vado. That suggestive of something very delicate and sweet kind of dalliance being enacted, performed on the stage. In Shishiro me Jana Jana me ye Mad Sarasata Pavan Baha hai. You can, with the same arrangement of Nagan and Yagan, you can render it like that. So they correlate to the situation being taken up. And Vimala is also a variety of Gayatri again. So it is Sagan and Yagan. And he has not given the definition as per Trikas. He is Bharatamuni has given definitions as per Laghu Guru arrangement. So Laghuni Chaturth Charane Tu Yasya Bhavati Hasa Vimala Tu Namna. No. Yes, okay. So the first one, second one, and fourth one, they are Laghu in each quarter. Then it is Vimla. Yeah, so it will have a different kind of rhythmic pattern. So somebody can set them into music and can try them singing. So I don't think they were tried. We suggested that Dhruva song plays should be performed with Dhruva songs. So one experiment was made of the performance of 4th act of Vikramarvashiyam. 4th act of Vikramarvashiyam has lot of Dhruva songs. So those Dhruva songs were sung, but then classical ragas were taken up. And it was a kind of experiment around 1986 in Ujjain. So 3 theatre directors were invited to perform the 4th act of Vikramarvashiyam. That is a very important text for performance. Just the 4th act itself. An entirely different kind of theatre emerges there. There are Dhruva songs after almost 1 or 2 dialogues. After every dialogue there comes a Dhruva songs. Pururvas is weeping, he utters one stanza and it is accompanied by a Dhruva song, and the names of those Dhruva songs are also mentioned there, but there are different names. He said Mallaghati, so they are coming from the folk forms of songs which must have been in practice. Jambhalika, Mallaghati, all these names are there. So the actual use of Dhruvas given by Kalidasa, as made by Kalidasa there in Purvashiyam, and the Dhruvas specified there, that also we can make a comparative study. So these are the areas, and it's a neglected area because this chapter is nowhere read. Nobody bothers that there are chapters in Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra where Dhruvas are specified, and many of the Dhruvas are in Prakrit, and their Prakrit is there, how it was sung, how those songs were sung. So this is an area to be explored. So I took it up. Okay, maybe somebody can work on it. So Sagan and Yagan, that makes Vimla. So Kamala Karesum, Pamarona Desum, Samasuddhavatti, Vihanana Vatti. This is the recitation form, you can sing it. Kamala Karo mein Brahmaron ki gunje, sang aur gunje vihagon ki. Even if in Hindi you translate it, the Lagu Guru cannot be maintained in the same way. So Brahmaron ki gunje, the key should be short. Brahmaron ki gunje, in this way. So then same Gayatri meter goes on, and one Magan and Sagan, that makes Vithika, and one Nagan and one Ragan makes Gira. So Yasya Shush Charane Trinyado Nidhanam Dirghani Tusa Vithika Nama. When the first three and the last one is Guru, then it is Vithika. Gajjanto Jalada Nachante Sihino, Gajjanto Jalada Nachante Sihino Gayante Bhamara Ramme Pausae. So Gajjanto Jalada is one pada, Nachante Sihino second pada, Gayante Bhamara is third pada, Ramme Pausae is fourth. So it's a pleasant kind of situation. The clouds are thundering, and peacocks are dancing, bees are humming. It is beautiful, Pravat Ritu. So it may be sung for a pleasant kind of situation. The lovers are meeting, so they are performing the love-making type of situation, and this kind of Dhruva is being sung from the Kutapa, by the Kutap people. And Gira has Nagan and Ragan. So Jalada Nadam Suniya Kunjaro Nadadi Kanane Vadiga Aturu. This is Pratigajatura in the sense of that. So if there is some challenge and there is some tension, then this will be sung, because he becomes excited, that Gaja. In this situation he is described. So they symbolize different situations and different. Okay. Jala has one Tagan and one Ragana. So Adye Chaturtham Ante Chaturtha Guru. The first one and fourth one and the last one are Guru. Then it is Jala. So Esahi Vauna Vikhit Tapatam Dattuna Padavam Hansi Parunniya. Esahi Vauna is one quarter. So Esahi Vauna Vikhit Tapatam Dattuna Padavam Hansi Parunniya. Description of Hansi. So when a lady is there on the stage and she is lamenting, she may be a Virahini, then this will be sung. This kind of Dhruva will be sung. So Gayatri varieties are also, a large number of varieties of Gayatri are there. Sunanda has one Magan and one Yagana. So Trinyado Yadi Surante Dvecha Dirghe. First three are Guru, and last two are also Guru, then it is Sunanda. Example is Ete Gajyamana Abham Chadayanta Bhima Kalameha Ubhedam Jananti. So it is also mostly the rainy season is being described in many of the Dhruvas to suggest a kind of situation. And Ete Garjanto Abham Chadayanta Bhima Kalamegha Udvegam Janayanti. These errors are there. So this also is a description of thunderous clouds which appear to be terrific. Kalameghas are there. So if in a situation some kind of threat is there, or lovers are meeting and there some danger is approaching them, then this Dhruva with this structure and with this theme being described would be taken up. Sulalita is there. So first, third and Antya and Upant, they are Guru. Then it is Sulalita, it is also named Vidyotika. So Sah Sub Sabbhavam Kinsipiye Kuttha Ma Chirasambadham Pechasi Sabbhavam. This is the entreaty to the beloved. So when there is a situation of a lover trying to appease his beloved, that Dhruva might be sung. So Ushnik has 7 syllables. After Gayatri, 6 letter Gayatri. Ushnik has Ushnik is the next variety, and the first Dhruva formed out of Ushnik Vratta is Drutgati. Drutgati has 2 Naganas and 1 Guru. So it will have another kind of effect. Guru Nidhanagatam Yadi Bhavati Sada. Only at the end 1 Guru is there and 6 Laghus are there. Suruchiranayanam Tava Varnamiyam Ramani Ratikaram Mama Mad Jananam. This is an entreaty. So how these, because all the Chanda Ushnik might be having some thousands of prastaras. So out of this Drutagati kind of Dhruva is chosen. So how these were fought, and how for recitation different meters are there, because they do not tally, they may not be telling the Ushnik varieties there for the textual recitation, for the Pathya type there. So how the prastaras of Ushnik differ when a prastara results into a chanda for textual recitation and a prastara from the same Ushnik for being sung as Dhruva. So when there is a situation that a lover is trying to appease his beloved, then this is the structure. And because Bharat Muni has also recommended that in some situation appeasement and an emotional kind of expression has to be made, Laghu syllables are to be adopted there, in Shangara also. So as per his recommendations, these Dhruvas were being created and they might be sung. So Tanvi is another variety of 7 syllable Ushnik. It has Sagan and Jagan and 1 Guru. So Tritiyam Panchamam Chaiva Guru Yatratu Naidhanam. The 3rd and 5th and last, they are Guru. So in the varieties of Ushnik, that is Tanvi. Piya Vadi Vada O Subasant Kala E Piya Kam O Viyamarnam Chanenta O. It describes spring season, and the breeze is blowing, it is enhancing Madana inside. So the structure, the very structure of syllables suits to the temperament which will symbolize the scene being performed. Then Bhramar Mala is also 1 Tagan, 1 Sagan and 1 Guru, 7 syllable variety of Ushnik. So Adya Punarante Yasya Guru Nipade, the first two and last two, they are Guru, and the middle three, in the middle three laghus are there. Then it is Bhramar Mala. It will have a different tempo, you see, because of Tagan and Sagan being combined. Hansa Gaman Dhiram Kasan Suavichitram Evam Saradi Kale Ramam Sarasi Toyam. So a very soft and slow tempo, and the description is also like that. Some kind of patient movement is there. Hansa Gamana Thiram, and the kas flowers are blooming. So it is Sharad Ritu, and everything is beautiful. So there are no rapid movements, and a slow tempo is there. So some such scene is if it is being performed. So the rhythmic pattern also comes because of the arrangement of syllables as per the trikas there. So these structures are there. Then beginning from the shortest to the longest one, these structure will proceed, and we can just have a glimpse of it. So Anushtup Jatis, Vimal Jala is the first one. So it has Sagan and Nagan and one Laghu and one Guru. So now this is important because if somebody has made a study of it, maybe somebody does research work, then he would classify. So there in the beginning, Bharat Muni didn't say that all these varieties of Ushnik will form Prasadiki Dhruva, which will be used for the scenes of pleasing scenes between the lovers, a lover trying to appease his beloved. So all those examples and the structure based on Ushnik correlates to the situation. So if he had said it in the beginning, it would have been better, but sometimes such suggestions come later. So all these varieties of Ushnik which have been described, they will form Prasadiki Dhruva. And Prasadiki Dhruva is a variety of 5 types of Dhruvas, which is used for the situations for pleasing, which is used for the situations where a lover is trying to please his beloved. So then Anushtup, the prastaras of Anushtup or varieties coming out of Anushtup may be used for other types of, maybe for Akshepiki, that we will see after. So Vimal Jala has one Sagan and one Nagan and Laghu Guru. That makes 8 syllables. So Laghuni Laghuni Guru Chayadi. 2 Laghus, 1 Guru, then Pirt, and then again 2 Laghus, and Laghun and Guru. So this 8 syllable structure would make Vimal Jala. Vikchambhuja Hasite Brahmaravali Vikchambhuja Haside Brahmaravali Muhale Pahunimmal Salile Vihego Sarai Sare. Vihego Saradi Sare also, or Vigo Bhamai Sare is a variant. So it describes a bird floating in the pond, and similar dhruvas occur in Vikramorvashiyam. Esa Bhamai Hansovahu, something like that. Alone the Hansini is floating in the pond, but it is entirely a different dhruva there, and contents have similarity. So there was a tradition of dhruvas being in practice, and how themes are taken up for dhruvas. This also. So the swans and bees and elephants, she elephant, they are described in the dhruvas, or seasons are described. So that makes them relevant to the situation. And Lalita Dhruva is described. It is Anushtup, one of the Anushtup varieties. And fifth and last are Guru. Then it is Lalita Dhruva. So kusuma suvandhiya e, manasija di vana e, pamada vanangana e, vilasadi hansa vahu. It will it has a different kind of rhythm and rhythmic pattern. So mahi is there amongst the anushtup varieties. Bahu kusuma soye, kamal vana sandaye, saha ras ayini parisaradi hansiya. It is again the hansi being described, and all these are anushtup varieties. Madhukara Sadrisha is the name of the meter, and the very nomenclature Madhukara Sadrisha would make the example of that. So Vividha Varna Vichari, Pamad Varna Sugandhi, Kusuma Varna Vibodhi, Vasati Saradi Vado. It is which meter? Asitagiri Samam Syat. Asitagiri Samam Syat. Yes. It is a Malini type of structure, but two quarters of Malini make 4 quarters here. Okay. And so here he says that all these are Anushtup Jatis, and they will be for Praveshiki Dhruvas. The Ushnik Jatis which were described there, they are for Prasadiki Dhruvas. The Dhruva which is sung for appeasement between two lovers. And all the varieties of Anushtup that have been illustrated, they may be used as Praveshiki Dhruvas. See, the entrance song, you can say. So that we can correlate whether they are really suiting, because this beautiful description would suit for the slow entry of a character. Vividha Varna Vichari, Pamad Varna Sugandhi, Kusuma Varna Vibodhi, Vasadi Saradi Vato, etc. So all these examples would form Praveshiki Dhruva. Then Avakrishta Dhruva is illustrating out of Brahati formations. Okay. So Brahati is again 9 syllable after Anushtup if it comes. And the varieties of Brahati may be used as Avakrishta Dhruvas. Okay. So they may have been very scientifically designed as per the situations, what meter and what prastaras of a particular prastaras of a meter would be suiting for Akshepiki, Praveshiki, Akshepiki, Praveshiki, Avakrishta or Nishkramiki, etc. etc. So this Brahati Chanda variety, the first variety is Ruchira, and the first 2, 4th and the last, if they are Guru, then it is Brahati. So Rau Parahad Soham Chandam Papinda Samihuna Tara Gano Vihad So Tejas Suvehi Ruditavva. It describes a pathetic situation which suits to the Avakrishta Dhruva. Some situation has just occurred, and then this kind of Dhruva will be used. Then after 9 syllable Brahati, 10 syllable Pankti is there. Okay. And these varieties of 10 syllable Pankti are also used for Avakrishta Dhruva. So Avakrishta is used for stretching time, to abide by time when something is going to happen. That also is the idea. So Pramita is there. Panchamam hi satritiyam guruni padantara rachite dve. If the 5th one and the 3rd, they are Guru, and at the end 2 Gurus are also there. Then Avakrishta Dhruva. For Avakrishta Dhruva, that Pramita meter can be, Pramita Jati can be adopted. So Ganagabha Geha Parikitto Arunappa Hapi Hid Soha Gaganangane Pihidaram Pihidarassi Gaganangane Pihidarassi Na Vibhati Jonna Rahi Indu. Okay. So the sun is setting. Sorry, the moon is setting. So it is becoming nishprabh, kanti vihin, losing its luster, and this situation is there. So it will also imply a pathetic situation. So in this way, these dhruvas continue. The fonts have also changed, so I have some difficulty. I don't know how the fonts. I typed in that Arial Unicode MS. Some fonts appear properly, others do not. So after Brahati, 11 syllable Jakti, 12 syllable Ati Jakti, the varieties are taken in the same way. And they may be for Autashta Dhruva, they may be for Dhruta Dhruva. So rapidly something is happening. So for that Dhruta Dhruva will suitably be sung, and Dodhak Vratta is used for that, and the varieties of Atidhrita, they are also used. Okay. And Madanavati is another variety of Atijagati, and Bhutal Tanvi again is a variety of Atijagati, and Mala, this also is I think Atijagati is continuing. Then Dhrati, yes. So some chandas have been left out. Okay, after Atijagati, which has 12 syllables, Dhrati chanda is taken, which has 18 syllables, and Skalit Vikrama is the first dhruva created out of it. So it can be used for situations where some hurdles are coming in the way, maybe some skhalan is there, or a character is staggering. And it's a long, because 18 syllables in each quarter are there. And so Tratiyam cha Chaturtam cha Saptam cha Ashtamam tatha Navam Dwadasham chaiva Naidhanam Satrayodasham. These are Dirgha, the 3rd, 4th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 11th, 13th, and the last. The Gana structure I couldn't, because I was writing myself what Ganas will be there. So up to there I could do. It's an exercise taking time, and but reading the stanza you can know what situation it can suit to. Then it is a description of sun and moon, and Kumudvan is there. The clouds have cleared, and it's a time to meet the beloved, something like that. So Divasam Surasanaham Khediya Chando Kumudavane Udito Disadi Eso Dappana Bimbakiti Sadaso Gagane Meh Vimukke Som Sahavo Ratisu Gagane Meh Vimukke Som Sahavo Ratisu O Balam Vikhira Mano Sharad Jonnam Bhajati Dudam. It is a kind of chappai, or the Hindi meters as they use kavit or chappai. Divasam Surasanaham Khediya Chando Kumudabane Udito Disadi Eso Dappana Bimba Kati Sadaso Gagane Mega Vimukke Som Sahavo Ratiso O Balam Vikhira Mano Sharad Jonnam Bhajati Dudam. This will be, but it has to be sung, not to be recited. So then Kanakalata of Brahati varieties, then Maniguna Nikarvrata of 9 syllable Brahati, and Simhakranta is there, and out of the Dodhak Vrattam of the varieties of Pankti, this is also there. So the first one, 4th one, 7th one, and the last one is Kuru. Then it is Dodhak. So Dodhak is there in the meters also, but I don't remember whether it tallies with the Dhruva Dodhak as such. We'll have to compare both, keeping both together. So Esa Samunda Mambare Ambarke Meharavam Suni Unagao Rosa Vasena Samujjadido Hindadi Kanana E Kuvido. So it is the description of again elephant who is proceeding, who is aroused and rushing in a way. He is becoming aggressive. So it will be used for situation describing anger, etc. Okay. So the varieties of Pankti which make Uddhat Jati and Trishtup, that will make 12. Okay. Syllables in a Trishtup, varieties of Trishtup. So Chapal Gati is there, and Kamala Dalakshi is there. Then it is difficult to read. Various such jatis as it. And Ati Jagatau, Ati Chapala. Sorry. So Ati Jagati has 13 syllables, and Ati Chapala is the first one. Out of that, the first syllable is Guru, and the last syllable only is Guru, and the remaining ones are Lagu. Vidhuniya Jaladhara Masidapatam Vidhuya Jaladharam Asidapatam. Vidhuniya Jaladhara Masidapatam Diyagana Munivar Paripadido Udagiri Sihara Tadamugde Vijayati Dagana Tada Masurabi. This is so setting aside the Jaladhara Pat, the Javanikas of clouds, the curtains of cloud, the sun is coming. So it will describe the Udaya of a Nayak. He is having prosperity, he has won, something like that it will. So Madhkalita, out of that Ati Jagati varieties, the fifth one and last two are Guru. Then Madhkalita will be there. Gagana Talanganam Abhiruhamano Rajata Mahagiri Sihara Saruvo Rajatamo via Piyakala Sosu Pravicharido via Nikichando. This is also a description of moon proceeding. Then in this way it proceeds up to the largest variety. Abhikriti has 25 syllables in each quarter. Okay. So 2 Maganas, then 1 Tagana, then 3 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 Naganas, and no 1, 2, 3, 4 5 Naganas and 1 Guru. Followed last is Guru. Okay, so 2 Maganas, Tagana, 5 Naganas and 1 Guru. It's a very long. So we can just guess what situation it would suit with. Eso meho sela bho asani muraj patu padah samadarao nana vijju joha lo ghan padal niche jadhar samanu gato nana shanno to gari charita davar khag vicharita kusuma pabho Sanchanto loam yato giririva giridiyah iva subha sadiro. This is the cloud is proceeding, it is spreading, all these is thundering, all these descriptions are Chaya he tikha phailata swargiri par muraj pathas. I have translated in the same structure, you see. So we can just know what does it suggest. छाया है तीखा फैलाता स्वर्गिरी पर मुरज पटह समगर्जे विद्युत को कोंदाता बारंबार कड़क कड़क कर घन 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 घुमड़े नाना वर्णों को फैलाता धवल धवल जल कण कण कर छितरा ढांपे पृथ्वी ढांपे आकाश गिरी सम लहक लहक वह चल पड़ा etc. So that is so other varieties are also there. What time is there?
There are no questions, we can continue.
Okay. Okay, if there are any questions, you can, otherwise we can continue.
My question is why in this work all these examples are given in Prakrit and not in Sanskrit?
No, perhaps you were you have gone in samadhi. We had had Sanskrit examples also.
No, no. I am talking about these examples. I know Sanskrit examples are there,
Yeah.
but here these examples are mentioned. Why Prakrit?
Yeah, most of them are in Prakrit.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are for public, and Prakrit language is more suited as I see them. Maybe I am not very adept in reading Prakrit, and I can read Sanskrit more easily because I have not studied Prakrit that way. That way, I have not done my BA and MA in Prakrit. I had one paper in Prakrit. I understand a little bit of Prakrit, so I am not used to reading it. But it will have a much more wonderful effect if somebody who knows Prakrit recitation and a singer who has tried to sing them, who knows Prakrit very well, and if he sings them. So they are coming from, they are lok chandas. The whole Dhruva farm, and since Kutap people are singing them, and they have to communicate to the audience. So the characters are speaking Sanskrit dialects, but just as the lady characters, women, they are speaking Prakrit. So, and the Prakrit gathas were popular, like gathas of Gaha Sat Sahi, and so this gives us a different picture of the development of meters in Prakrit. Otherwise, we would be thinking that only this Arya, which becomes Gatha in Prakrit, it only continues because of the Gatha Satsayan and Vajjalag and all the Gathas being cited in our Kavya Shastra Granthas. But so many meters and so many formations of Trishtup, Jakti, Brahati coming up to Abhikriti, they are being used. So nobody has artificially created this form. It was liked by the people. It suits the theatre better, it suits the situation better, and the recitation will be more powerful and rhythmic because the Prakrit language there creates those rhythmic patterns the way Sanskrit language may not create. You see, Rajshekhar, he does this. So chitte vihattadi natuttadi sagunesum sejjasu lottadi visappadi dimmuhesum bolammi vattadi pavattadi kabbabandhe jhane natuttadi chiram taruni taratti. So very forceful description. Although a beautiful lady is being described, but he doesn't want to use very soft. So some Charan or Vetalik is describing, the people should be thrilled that this is a lady is being. He doesn't want. He is a great poet. He could have taken very suitable meter like Shikharni or Lata Kunjam, Gunjan, etc. He would have done. But here he wants that because the performance is there. So you can't always go on having very delicate kind of. So you have sometimes you have vigorous kind of recitation patterns there. So Prakrit language perhaps easily did it. I am not aware whether for songs they had this tradition in song. Prakrit perhaps has a rich tradition of Dhruva songs. Sanskrit didn't. Very Shardul Vikudit, Shraddhara, like, and very forceful and vigorous rhythmic patterns you can create, but they are not songs, you see. They are meters for recitation. We need songs which fit into the Shruti Jati Dhruva pattern of singing. So perhaps this way, for this reason, as far as I understand. And my concern is that there are scholars of Prakrit, there are scholars of all sorts of scholars. We have not studied it. And I am a very poor type of person. I have my own limitations, so I can't make the study of Prakrit Dhruas. I am not expert of that sort. So somebody can make a study of Dhruva singing in Prakrit. Okay. Then there are Dhruvas in Sanskrit plays also. Rajshekhara writes Dhruvas in Prakrit that way. Some other dramatists like Ramchandra, they also write Dhruvas. And some authors of dramaturgy, they give examples of Dhruvas. Ramchandra Gunachandra in his Natya Darpan, he describes these Dhruvas. then he illustrates, because he himself is a dramatist. So he knows where Akshepiki, Prasadiki, Praveshiki, Nishkramiki, they will be used. So he illustrates those dhruvas. He knows the examples also. So there is a rich tradition of Prakrit dhruvas being sung, and the people who sit as a member of Kutab, they are more used to perhaps to singing dhruva songs in Prakrit rather than, they are not Pandits. So they would not sing Shadul Vikridit or Sraddhara in that way a Pandit would decide, but they can sing, they have learned dhruva songs, they can sing. So it is for the performers, and the whole Natyashastra speaks for the performers, so maybe performers' convenience is taken into account.
Oh, so just I modify my question. Is it that if you see Pingala, Chanda Shastra or later works like Jayadeva or Kedara Bhatta, all those authors, they mention the names of meters in Sanskrit and also give the examples in Sanskrit. But Bharatanaट्य Shastra peculiarly, especially this portion, he gives the examples in Prakrit. So is it that, as you pointed out, basically all these meters were popular in Prakrit tradition, and later on they were developed, they were accepted in Sanskrit, and we do find some traces of some meters which are basically Prakrit, like say for example Vaitaliya Chanda, which is Vyogini in Sanskrit.
Yes.
So like that, all those names, but the names are in Sanskrit, the examples are in Prakrit. So maybe later on, even the examples are given in Sanskrit. So it is a Prakrit tradition, a parallel tradition, and you do have Prakrit meters. Velankar has given a list of Prakrit meters as well. So this way, there are parallel streams, one stream from Pingala Chanda Shastra from Vedas, but at the same time there were parallel tradition in Prakrit, and the Prakrit meters were adopted in Sanskrit. Also vice versa. Is it something like that?
Yes, yeah, it's a good suggestion. Only thing is that for recitation, when there is a treatment of prosody, Chanda Shastra in 14th and 15th chapters, the names of various vrittas and prastara being used of Anushtup, beginning from Gayatri, then Anushtup, Brahati, Ati Jakti, Jakti, etc. There all the examples are in Sanskrit. For recitation, he gives the examples in Sanskrit, and the meters are also, there is some difference in the meters. So those who are likely to be sung, they are here in this chapter in 31st, and the examples are also in Prakrit. So it is not perhaps completely right to say that initially all the meters must have been in Prakrit and later on they came in Sanskrit, because here Natyashastra gives names and definitions and examples in Sanskrit also, where he talks of Pathya, recitation, and when he talks of Dhruva, music, he retains the name, but he gives the structure of Dhruva song, and they are for singing, and then they are in Prakrit, mostly in Prakrit.
Maybe Prakrit is more suitable for singing. It may give a hint. It may suggest that Prakrit is better for Dhruva singing than Sanskrit.
Yes.
That's why a few Sanskrit examples are given by Bharata, and most 90-80% of them are given in the Prakrit.
Very much right. You see, singing these songs was very popular and prevalent in Lok Bhashas or in Prakrits. So there is no tradition of songs in Sanskrit till Jayadeva comes. And whatever meters Jayadeva adopted, they are not Sanskrit meters. नील कलेवर पीत वसन वनमाली केली चलन मणिकुंडल मंडित गंड युग स्मितशाली विहरति हरिरिह सरस. There are some one Shadul Vikridit or some Chanda there, but all these are Lok Bhasha Gitas. Chopai Chand is there in that is, and that about that I am right that there was a Chopai Chanda in vernaculars or in local language that came Pajhatika here, because Pajhatika is a later Chand in Sanskrit, and these Matrik Vrittas, many of them, they were very popular in Lok Bhashas, maybe Prakrit or Apabhransh also, or maybe the old Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi also. So the singing and the meters for singing, beginning from Gatha. From Gatha, I think Arya, Gatha is a very old chant, old meter, and it was very popular in Prakrit. So this is also true that so far as the matter of rendering them through music, the regional languages of Prakrit, they were very popular because it was for public. So the patterns for singing developed in these languages, Prakrit languages. Sanskrit languages, such patterns didn't develop. Not that Sanskrit was unsuited. When Jayadeva came, he showed that the heights Sanskrit language can used through music and the adoption of those songs also in Sanskrit. They are even better than any Prakrit. Jayadeva's Geet Govind, the songs there, no Prakrit song could match the beauty.
No, there is still
there.
difference, sir, because their Swara is there in Jayadeva, whereas in Dhruva, Swara is not to be there. It is only based on Surpi and...
That difference.
That's why more rhythmic, less Sangeeta.
It's possible.
That way, Prakrit may be more suitable.
Yeah, you are right. Because in Jayadeva,
we see
yeah,
the farmers and others, while laborers, this now Shipwala, Dhivara Ganas,
sailors
these are all rhythmic and without big expansion of Swara, and they use local languages. Dhivara Gana.
Yeah, you are very much right. And Jayadeva, I think Jayadeva himself gave the names of the ragas for his Ashtapatis. Yeah. It Malav Keshikena Giyate, Bhairavi Ragena Giyate, something that is the old tradition of singing. He gives the names of the ragas. So the music system has changed when Jayadeva enters into the scene. So you are very much right. So that gives me to think that the whole Dhruva singing system has come from the Lok Bhashas. The Jatis also, they were popular gathas or chandas being sung. From that these Dhruva Gitis have evolved. That may be possible.
The present discussion began with the observation that someone should write a thesis on singing, but virtually the thesis has been written here by now.
Yeah, I also got some clues, very wonderful suggestions by Bahulkar ji and Shastri ji. So we may proceed on these lines to very good suggestions by Bahulkar ji and Shastri ji. So somebody can take it up further, maybe the young researchers or some of us may take a kind of research work. But there are many areas of research opening from this workshop. Unfortunately, whenever I conducted this workshop, many ideas occurred to me. Later on, I forget because I get involved in other works. So one should keep a track of it, and the young scholars should take them such works. So these areas emerge.
Tripathi ji, the discussion came close to what I wanted to say, but did not actually emphasize that thing. Lacking Sanskrita Aksharas in most instances, Sanyukta Aksharas in most instances, Prakrit is more stable to musical ornamentation than Sanskrit is.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what.
You see, when Sanskrit Chaya is done, mostly the pattern disappears. When you make the Sanskrit Chaya of those Dhruva Prakrit songs, the metric rhythm doesn't continue. But when you try to translate them in Hindi, Hindi has some kind of a structure of that, so you can attempt. The translations are done hurriedly, but I found it fascinating that you can in Hindi, in my language, I can easily render it in Samach Chanda, and it can be sung as that Dhruva might have been sung. But in Sanskrit, it is difficult to think of a structure similar to it. Even if you do not do Sanskrit Chaya, if you freely render, the whole structure of Sanskrit language, which is Shrishta Bhasha, comes in the way of the rhythmic patterns which the singing would demand. That is also there.
Also because of infliction
Yeah,
of
that's right.
pratyayas and
Even here,
Visarga.
even in Jayadeva,
Visarga is a problem. Visarga is a problem.
hardly a Sanyukta.
Yes, Viharati Haririya Sarasa Vasante. ललित लवंग लता परिशीलन कोमल मलय समीरे मधुकर निकर करम्बित कोकिल कूजित कुंज कुटीरे विहरति हरिरिय सरस वसंते धीर समीरे यमुना तीरे वसति वने वनमाली केली चलन मणि कुंडल मंडित गंड युगस्मित शाली माधवे माकुरु मानिनि मानमयम ताल फलादपि गुरुमति सरसम किम विफली कुरुषे कुच कलशम. This is Chopai. All these things.
Sir, why is it that effective use of dhruwas has found mainly done only by Kalidas and Rajashekhara? No other dramatist has tried this effective tool.
Yeah, the dramatists are great poets, and they might not be aware of the requirements of the performers always, so they don't bother. It was the practice of the performers that they would create their stage script, and they know where to insert and they have a set of dhruvas. So why a dramatist should put his mind? He knows that they have very good set of songs. Let them sing wherever they want. Let them do whatever they do with my script. I hand over to them my script, as the Sutradhara in Bhavuti's play says, that Bhavuti is so gracious that he is very kindly handed us over the scripts of his plays. So we are privileged to perform them. Some such words are there in his mouths. So Kalidasa gives his plays to the Sutradhara, who is performing for the Abhirup Bhuvishta Parishad. Then maybe the performers, the Natya, and as we will come to the I think it is 31st. So the formation report, we see that there is a Natyakrat, a member of the Natya Dal, the repertoire there. So there was a man responsible for creating a stage script. So he knows where some dialogues may be short and some dhruva songs can be inserted. So a dramatist, he is a great poet. He can write very good dialogues. He can write very good poetry, but he may not be interested in writing small songs about elephant and Hansini and clouds and something. These are like Lok Gita. He said, let them do it. Perhaps this was the way. And about Kalidasa's Vikmor Vashiyam, that is a wonderful play, and it has wonderful effects, you see. And I saw Ratantiyam did it, the fourth act, in Manipuri theatre and Manipuri language. Wonderful. You just sit there with your breath stopped when he performs with his Pururava and Urvashi. Kavalam Panikar did it before. So three Kamleshda Tripathi also. So only Kamleshda Tripathi adopted original dhruvas of Kalidasa, but they were sung in folk tunes and classical ragas there. But these two are very great theatre directors. So marvelous effect they could produce about the whole environment. But the dhruva songs there, it is to be doubted whether really Kalidasa wrote them. You see, the language is sometimes apabhransha. The meters are entirely different. Piyam virah kilamiya varnavo avirah vah jalavula nanavo kanane bhamai gaindo. The meter is different, which Kalidasa otherwise does not write. But we cannot say Kalidasa was a genius. He could do experiments. So it is entirely on a different experimental level, the whole fourth act. And otherwise, no other play by Kalidasa and no other act in Kalidasa's play has that kind of structure. The whole structure of fourth act is different that way. It seems to be a stage script, and separately it is being performed. And it has marvelous effect when it is done that way.
This is the last question. We have only 3 minutes.
Sir, does Bharata give any connection between the meters and the talas, which we studied before? Whilst in order to sing these, is there any interconnection he gives, or should the tal also be following this metrical pattern? Because in later day and age, the tals have been created following Lagu Guru patterns.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I think I didn't find any such suggestion. In the whole Dhruvadhyaya it is not there. And there is a Taladhyaya which describes the talas. So it gives the Sushkaksharas. But I will again check, but it doesn't give this kind of suggestion that this Chanchat Put, Jaj Put and Shat Pita Putrak, etc. Some names of talas are given. And their Shushkaksharas are given. But I don't think it mentions that this for this particular Dhruva song, this tala would be useful. This he doesn't, because the metric structure is there already. 3 gurus and 3 lagus, or 4 gurus, 4 lagus, etc. So a person who is playing on mridanga, he immediately knows what tala he should follow. So it need not be prescribed what tala, because tala, a person who is playing on percussions, he immediately knows what tala he should give. So it is for the singer and the accompanist on the mridanga. He knows the tala. So Bharat Muni perhaps didn't recommend, as far as I know, specific talas for specific dhruvas.
Thank you, sir. So we break for tea and back by 3:55. Right? Thank you. साधेच्या महिन्याला मी तुम्हाला फॉरवर्ड केलं तुम्ही वर्कशॉपचं पण पाठवलं लँग्वेज लर्निंग कोर्स पण पाठवलं आणि त्याला म्हणलं सी डी पाठवून ते पण पाठवलं तुम्ही सगळी बघून घ्या फक्त सांगून ठेवलं त्याच्यामधलं सगळं आलं What? Nobody wants tea? Should I just cancel it?
कैंसिल कर दीजिए, क्या होता है?
ठीक है अभी जाते ही कैंसिल ही करके आते
If tea is done in Prakrit,
I think they've already done it in Prakrit. Because that Sanskrit tea with sugar and everything has been now.
Oh, wonderful.
Good one.
No, we don't agree. Prakriti is more charmful than Sanskrit.
So that's
So
what I said.
sugar must be added.
No, I mean that was too much sugar. So when you do too much Sanskritization, it becomes too sweet. And non-palatable.